And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big pickup there on the scramble. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Fields now to throw. Swings this out here for Cohen. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Touchdown! Justin Fields hooking up with Allen Robinson for the touchdown there. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, here's Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You definitely would like to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
third down, Dalvin Cook. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run. A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A final shot before the break. Fields, he's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson. As time expires in the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Santos with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they? They've taken, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now Fields. Great move by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right. I love that term, eyes right, meaning got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope. I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes you throw, what, a touchdown strike? There you go. That's my man, in concert. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Let's go, let's go. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
7 yards, the pickup there. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, the offense can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.